hello, I think.
Hello. Yep, it says we're live.
I'm on a different tab.
Oh,
I'm doing stuff.
okay.
Hitting buttons and places.
Mm-hmm.
So my computer's probably going to start hating me. I
Yeah,
still have the game going.
right.
We're going to try and
Yeah.
run the stream
Okay.
with sprints while I
Sure.
find stuff. Because
Life is short.
I want to keep building things. Just
Hi, Everett.
I got things started.
Cool.
Oh, also my niece said hello, Glory. I forgot to tell you.
Which one? You have so many. When you say my niece, like as if.
G. The one who I homeschool.
Okay.
I
Got
help
it.
with her homeschool. She's here.
Hi.
She told me because she was like, you should tell Glory hi. I'm like, probably tell her hi. Like I should be seeing her later today, and she's like, no.
Yeah.
She's like, I like your friends, but I don't know.
Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet, though.
So because she's met you. She's also met Laura.
Yes.
Via the computer, because Laura helped with. I was like, I feel like when you do a presentation, there should be somebody else there besides me.
Right.
So Laura, we real quick brought Laura into Discord.
Nice.
She presented to Laura
Aw,
for one of her things. So
cool. Cool.
do I have
So you're working on your game today?
probably?
Yeah.
I should be working on other stuff.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Actually, one of the things I should be working on is for you. So
Mm. You know, if you need the dopamine, you need the dopamine, you know?
yeah. Also, part of it is so as I was saying, like Sunday was Easter.
Yeah.
I was in a car for several hours, and then also some other stuff had happened, like with my family, that was very anxiety inducing.
Yeah.
That will not be discussed. Um,
Hi, Carrie.
like not long before that.
Mm-hmm.
And then this coming Saturday is my great aunt's celebration of life, and she's more of a bonus grandparent than a great aunt.
Yes.
So it's like,
Yeah. You got a lot on your plate. A
April's
lot of emotional processing.
There's a lot happening.
Yep. So I am very much enjoying our April off from Coffee Bunny. I say that, and yet I have had no Saturday to myself yet. And like this Saturday, I have to be at a bat mitzvah at 10 a.m. And then, yeah, I know. Why do they always schedule it so early? It's gross. And then Tom and I talked about it, and we'll go do Amazon deliveries together in the car and get to hang out for a couple hours in the middle of a beautiful Saturday. And so, yeah.
I've done 30 hours of streaming already this month.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Just streaming. That's not anything else. Just streaming. Right. I've already done 30 hours.
Work, family stuff. Yeah.
That's also, so my sister, because she brought G over, and she came in. She's like, so I know why you haven't heard from my boss. Because the owner said no. Like, her boss wants to hire me. Apparently. But the owner said no, because we are sisters. And his reasoning for that is apparently one of his favorite employees. They hired her sister and they got into a brawl in the office.
Oh, wow.
So now, because he's like, this is a great employee, but like her sister and her to a brawl. It's like a full-on fist fight in the office.
I cannot imagine being so unprofessional at work. And I say that as somebody who's worked with my family for literal years and years at multiple different locations, for other people, for myself, and so on. And we've never gotten into a physical altercation. Not ever.
It's like, what happened? The dynamics are wild.
Right? Like,
for that. I'm like, I feel like the only physical altercations me and my sister have had were like when we were younger, when we were actually kids, or when we were young enough that we didn't have full like understanding of like our facilities.
Right. And full verbal skills to like work out your problems. Like I've literally worked with family since I was 12. Like earning money, like paying on my Social Security. I've worked with my family for, I think, a total, if you count when Tom used to volunteer at the library for hours at a time doing various work for the library, I think I've worked with my family for like 12 years out of my entire life, where I was earning Social Security. And never once did we physically contact and violence. We've hugged and and we've rubbed each other's backs of we can do this and not kill people. But it wasn't because we were mad at each other. It was like, because like this was like the deadline and the crunch, and it was like, you just want to scream.
My sister was like, we would never do that.
I really questioned people who would get into a physical altercation with their own family at work, whether they're on the clock or not. Y'all, it's called boundaries. Give it a try.
Yeah. I was like, well, because my sister had straight up told her boss, she's like, I mean, that's understandable, but also me and my sister would never. If anything, because she told me that she had said this, she's like, if anything, she'd walk into my office, shut the door, bitch me out, and then leave.
Right. Yep. Exactly. Again, use your words.
Would do it in a volume level that no one else would hear.
Or it's like, let's go to the car. I got to go talk to you, and nobody needs to hear this.
So yeah, if I couldn't hold it off, that would be the most. And for the most part, I'd probably be able to wait until we left.
Right. Again, yeah. Of like, yeah, we're gonna talk this out.
A car ride.
Right. Yep. Exactly. Like, I've worked with my mother, I've worked with my father, I've worked with my stepmother, I've worked with my brother, and I've worked with my sister.
I've never worked with someone I'm actually related to.
I think I haven't worked for money with my stepfather. It's the only member of our family I haven't worked with.
My first real,
I mean, I've done things like worked on pipes and stuff, but
my first job where like I had a paycheck was Dollar General, and technically my boss was like my third cousin.
Yeah.
But like I didn't really count that. Or like when I worked at Dollar General the second time, I worked for my childhood best friend's aunt.
Yeah.
But never my own family have I actually worked with.
Carrie concurs, working with her sister, and they held themselves to a high standard because they need to represent like that the person who went on a limb for them to get that work, that it wasn't a regret,
Mm-mm.
But like, I've worked for my mother had worked for me, and we even had falling out. Like, do not get it twisted. My mother stopped talking to me for 4 months after working for me for like 9 months, and it was because she was disrespectful to me at work in front of other employees. And I was like, if you can't be respectful, you can't work here. And she just huffed out. But again, my mother did not smack me. I did not smack my mother. She huffed out, and she did not talk to me for 4 months, which I found to be an excellent vacation from her, because she normally would call me 5 times a day, and we would talk for anywhere between 5 minutes and an hour each time. Oh. And so I had enough personal time with my mother not talking to me that I could literally read a book a week. So I was not in any hurry for my mother to start talking to me because that was taking up my like precious book reading time. Which really nonplussed my mother when she found out from my then husband that, because he asked, "Do you miss talking to your mom?" I'm like, "Oh my God, no. I've been literally reading a book a week. It's wonderful." I didn't realize how much of my time she was using up every day until I suddenly had all this free time to actually read. It's wonderful. It's like, so you don't want to like repair things with your mom? I'm like, oh, I will eventually, but right now I'm just really enjoying catching up on my to be read pile. So yeah. I put off reconciling with my mother for months. So, like, read all my books that I've been building up.
I told my sister, I was like, well, I'm like, it's almost not fair to other people for that one situation to have spoiled it for everybody. Mm-hmm. But also fair, I understand if that's what you've had experience with. I'm like, and if like her regular boss wants to hire me that much, they could always have the owner be the one to interview me.
Right.
And then he could come to his own conclusion.
Right.
With the interview.
Because you're not a real person to him because he's never met you.
Yeah.
You're just an idea.
Yeah. The child sent me a picture. I don't. Kitties. Hi, sis. Do you want to say hi? As soon as I shift my chair, you're going to be gone.
And yes, I have had falling out with my brother at work too, where I was employing him. And he messed up big time at work. And I try my best not to fire people. I try to find a way. And I said, here is what would need to happen for me to keep working with you. That's what I told Tom, is you have to dress up and you have to keep a sign out on the side of the highway for an entire shift people to come into the video store. So he dressed up as a Klingon with a cloak for a whole day. He was out there for 7 hours with a big sign, a sign bigger than him, encouraging people to come in. And people did stop and go, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Please come to our video store." And then that was how he avoided getting fired. And then later he decided that he didn't like being treated like that. And he would rather go work at the post office. And I would like to point out, he only lasted 2 months before he was like, because I told him when he left to go work at the post office, it's like, you have no idea how good of a boss I am. I know, because I've had a lot of terrible bosses. You have no, while yes, I am kind of unconventional in how I solve problems. And by the way, he was not the only employee of when you mess up, you have to like negotiate with me on how to make it up to the business, depending on what you messed up and how like much it like bit into like the business's ability to keep afloat. And yeah, like people would work out like ways to make amends, right? So, because like I don't want to fire good people for one mistake, one accident, one judgment. I don't want to fire people for that. But again, you still have to make amends. So he was, I think you're entirely wrong. And I was like, well, you are entitled to that opinion. And you're going to go out in the world and you're going to eventually learn I'm right. And I hope at the very least you will acknowledge that I'm right whenever you finally do recognize. And it wasn't even 4 months later, you were right. And I was like, what? Because we were just hanging out, having dinner together. And I was like, what? I was right about what? He's like, I really had no idea how good of a boss you actually are. And I was like, so soon? I was expecting this to take years. Like and I was like, now tell me all the ways that I'm a better boss than whatever happened. Yeah, everything from I am better at doing calendar math, scheduling everybody the way they request, and being able to fill in like at everything. He had no idea how other people are really genuinely bad at this. And like, again, if you make a mistake, I let you make amends and we negotiate together what will make amends rather than me just giving you an assignment.
Yeah.
So like some employees, when they made a mistake that affected the business's bottom line, some of them would like choose to work while still being paid, because like people always get paid, like
Yeah.
that. Genuinely believe that, as well as, but also some bosses, and like they would stay late or come in the mornings and clean the video store again while still on the clock, but clean it before it was open. And that's how they would make amends. Or again, you could go out and promote the business. There were all sorts of ways. And it's like, it's up to you what works best for you and what feels comfortable. Because not everybody can handle like on the side of a highway dressed ridiculously, like trying to bring people into the video store. Like they can't handle that amount of public scrutiny.
Yeah.
And I get that. So yeah, you can do like cleaning in the mornings or in the evenings or whenever, works for your schedule, and to help beautify the video store. Right. That's fine. You can come in and like do weed eating and stuff, like whatever works for you. But yeah, if you affect the business bottom line, then you do need to make amends.
Right.
That kind of thing. Versus like, I never wanted people to make amends for like their kid like got so sick and they couldn't make their shift, and they called me with enough time to like fill in, where I could like go and open the video store. They were like, make amends for that. And I'm like, you don't. Family sick that's not controllable.
Health isn't.
Yeah. Like, and again, like versus Thomas had bosses who fired him because he went to a doctor's appointment with me. Literally has been fired from 2 different jobs for going to like with pre-arrangement. Like he didn't just not show up for work. He like got the time off a week in advance kind of thing, and then was fired for going with family. Yeah. Different jobs. For reals.
Hi. Mister, get up here. No, you're not calling Mama. Get up here. You're not going to do it. It's like, no, Mama, don't.
Shall we go ahead and do our first sprinty sprint?
Yes. This timer is silent, so.
I love it.
Sprint. going to quickly interrupt our sprint to say thank you to Creative Garden for the raid. Thank you.
Beep-a-da-beep. Beep-a-da-beep-a-da, beep-a-da-beep. Boo-ba-da-boo. Boop-a-da, boop-a-da, boop-a-da-boo. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How did everybody's sprint go? I was working on my outline for chapter 17 and responding to text messages and that sort of thing. And let's see, in the middle we got rated. Hello, Creative Garden. Appropriate, I agree with you. And Spence said,
Sorry.
hello, uncovered stack of high school short stories and the like, and I'm at a loss if I should just pitch them or not. No, keep them.
Keep those bad boys. I was messing with food.
Very nice. Yeah, I saw, so I was like taking over. It says thing I keep the wee vampire melodrama, maybe come back to it someday to bring it back to life. Yes, agreed, absolutely.
Good.
And
Good.
somebody redeem something in your thing, Cap.
Yeah, it was hydrate.
Cheers, y'all.
That's why I took a drink when I did.
Refreshing.
I had to close my game. The timer kept buffering, and I was like, I gotta close the game. But I threw a pizza in the oven, and then I'm throwing cheesy garlic bread into the air fryer right now.
Oh, heck yeah.
Cheesy bread.
Num num num.
Hello. There. Lily Child is the one that redeemed the hydrate.
Yes.
But yeah, I was like, I went upstairs and was like, I should have started the stream using my other laptop. And then I could have played the game still.
Mm-hmm.
Rude. I mean, my computer probably needed a break. I'd been playing it for a while. And streaming it.
So, yeah. I've working on my outline for chapter 17. I still have more work to do, so because this is a chapter where I introduce a bunch of other angels.
Oh.
That we will then meet again in season 3.
Oh, yeah, you.
So I need to introduce them in the murder mystery dinner.
Yes.
Where they were very awkward and did not understand how to play this. While see Gabriel and Michael sitting at a Waffle House in the middle of the night. Because vibe. Need these in paperback format very soon, you two?
They need to go through editing and then formatting and then a lot of things.
Yes.
I'm actually so on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm gonna listen to / read one part of Sadie Cohen.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I'm done with it, and then I'm gonna binge listen to it.
You mean like one chapter? Like 2 chapters a week?
Yeah, like one chapter.
Cool.
And then when I've gone through it like that,
yes.
Then I'm going to listen to it in one go through.
Right. Yes.
/ read it in one go through.
As a holistic.
Yeah.
And that way, yeah, you can give me ideas for where to take it in the next season too.
So like what I have is like essentially reader commentary.
Right.
So like I made a copy of Sadie Cohen in my drive. And then at the end of the chapter, I'm like putting like my thoughts, like my commentary on it of like, well, I wonder what something about this or something about that.
Mm-hmm.
Type of thing that like I say as a reader.
Mm-hmm.
Or think of as a reader, and then those, because most of the stuff that's there is probably going to be answered throughout the reading.
True. Well, you think that, and then probably it was.
Maybe not.
I was going.
Also, your math is wrong.
My what?
So I had almost started chapter 2 on Tuesday, but I stopped myself because I was like, no, we're gonna pace ourselves here.
Yeah.
Your math is wrong on the bounty she got. She should have gotten 175, not 150.
Do be sure to write these things down because it said like
I did.
Good.
In my job.
Good job. Yes, we will fix it in the edit.
I glanced down. I was like, wait a minute. Why is she only got 150? It was 125 for the horses and 50 for him.
100 for the horses and 50 for him?
125 for the horses.
Oh.
Let me go double check. I wrote it down. I have it open. 50 for him. Horses, an extra 125.
Yeah, you're right.
That's from the text. But then at the beginning of chapter 2, it's like, and the wagon in for 150 cash. I handed Clem the 2 horses and the wagon for 150 cash. I'm like, she got shorted.
Yep.
They shorted her. But yeah, so because this way also when I go back and do a more like a thorough read through, it's gonna be more like I already know everything that happens at that point. So then I can be like, well, you should probably have some stuff started like this would be a good spot to include some extra things about this stuff down here. And it's one of those like, so I'm currently doing it as a reader. So I can know the story and then.
Yes. That sounds great.
So. And I figure I will send you, well, also, because I'm me, in my document, I also made a tab, because you can make multiple tabs in there. So I have the tab that's the story, right? And then I have world building notes of like, I'm tracking like characters and locations in that.
Oh, trust me, I was getting very much turned around in the map, and
and then I also have a third tab in there that is actually because I currently that I'm also moving I'm also copying my commentary too. So it's like chapter 1 comments, chapter 2 comments, whereas they're also in the document right after the chapter.
Yes.
But this way I can put them all in one section rather than like having to read through the whole like, all right, here's chapter 1, there it is. Here's chapter there it is on the commentary. So
cool.
And I had listened to chapter 1 before. It just had been a while because I think I listened to chapter 1 when it first came out, and then
I read it to you and Charlie.
That's how I heard it. Was you read it?
That's how you heard it. Was I read you chapters 1 and 2 in one day?
Yeah, and then
you convinced me.
Me and Charlie were like, but Glory.
Yes.
Glory.
Yes.
Hi. So.
Shall we go ahead and do our little sprinty sprint?
Want to do a 30 or another 45?
Oh, we need to do another 45 because I got stuff I gotta do. Plus, I need to get another coffee, as well as to continue working on the outline.
Oh, that is not what I wanted. That's also not.
Get there eventually, one day.
I don't think that's the one I want either. That's the one I want.
There we go. You could label it this one, Cat.
Well, no, because so when you took us into chat time, you kept us in the scene for the sprints. So I'm like, where'd it go? Where'd the button go that I normally
messing with it? I was just trying to. Yep.
that I normally already have it on.
Yep.
All right.
Good luck, everybody.
Sprung.
Me-ba-da-bee. Me-ba-da-bee-ba-da, be-ba-da-bee. Boo-ba-da-boo, boo-ba-da, boo-ba-da-boo. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Sprinty over. I ate food.
Good. I drank coffee. I finished outlining chapter 17, which is a play within a play. Of course, because it's one of my favorite tropes. Have you met me?
Only a little.
Only a little.
The dogs are back.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like real quick had muted. And then when I went like this,
Yes.
I was telling Buddy, I've got nothing for you.
I saw tails. I kind of had a clue. Well, I mean, if you'd like, we can go ahead and end for the day.
Sure.
Thank you all for tuning in.
It was lovely seeing people. There will not be a stream on Saturday for Coffee Bunny.
Right. No, not for the entire month of April.
I will also not be streaming on Saturday.
Yeah, because you got stuff to do. Important stuff.
Right at the time I stream.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So.
Yep.
Thanks, y'all, for joining us. Have a great one. I'm going to hit buttons now.